awkward ass connection between this and this. When I'm not streaming Apex, I need to plug in the Ethernet cord. My brain is on buffer. I've been on buffer all day. It's great. So how I'm going to run a game tomorrow, we are going to find out. At least y'all are still here. Twitch is trying to figure it the fuck out. But so right now they're in the mystery of trying to figure out what's going on behind the Master of Minds. Is he a bad guy? Is he not? Is he working with the Nocturnal Mask in some untoward way? All of these things are like questions that my players are going to have to come across. Now we get to the point of the notes I'm working on today for tomorrow's session. So right now, as it stands, I am having to handwrite out all of these notes. And these notes are all like particular meetings that the members of the Nocturnal Mask have had throughout the years of the different Master of Minings that there's been. So to give you a little perspective on exactly how many Master of the Mining has been in the town of Steel since the time that it came about. Which, when the sister of Peggy gets to town, they will find all this out if they so ask her about these notes, because she kept extensive notes. Peggy kept some, but she only copied out what the important bits were for all of the meetings, things that she thought was a little odd, but that gave enough information to be like, hey, I think this is important. And then she like would write her own little notes on there, which I am noting with different colored highlighters so that I can keep my own separate like scatter, like this is important, this is important, this is important. So since the town started, there has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So there's been 8 different masters of mining in the brain cells from the time that steel was established until the current date. So let me just punch in really quick these numbers that I was like, oh, they ruled for this many years, this many years, this many years, this many years. Some of them didn't rule very long. Some of them got sick. Some of them passed away when they were younger, older, younger. Good God. Right now, as it stands, Evard Swiftfoot is the current Master of Mining, and the current Master of Mining, he's very short. I think I said he was a halfling. Very, very nice man. Kind of keeps to himself. No wife, no kids, nothing of the sort. So he like takes all of his time and effort and puts it into the town of Steel, and cares very much for all his people. He knows everybody that has been born there, anybody that's moved there in the 15 years that he's ruled. To note, Swiftfoot has been the longest reigning, if that can be a word, because he's kind of like the mayor, very loose air quotes there, who's served, and it's not really like they don't have a vote on who the next master of mining is. It's kind of a thing that's handed down through the mantles of like leadership to leadership, right? They will take somebody on as their apprentice kind of a thing. And then when they feel that they are ready, they will hand over the mantle of master of mining. And it's just a little play on words because it's a mining town. My mom was like, how did you come up with that name? I was like, it's a mining town. So the master of mining has nothing to do with he doesn't know how to mine or anything, but he's just that's the name of the quote unquote mayor. So Everett Swiftfoot has ruled for or been in office, we'll say that, has been in office for 15 years. Jasherin, he was in office for 9 years. Saren was in office for 8 years, and I'm going backwards now from current date to the very first. Roldrick was in office for 6 years. Ross was in office for 5. Tor was in office for 7. Um, Safer was in office for 10. And that is the very first master of mining. So you have Safer was the very first, and she ruled, or she was in office for 10 up until Evart. She was one of the ones that ruled or was in office for like the longest time because it was 10 years. And then it kind of like started to dwindle. Rachel Ternock, she actually got sick. Rachel Ternock got sick because she ruled the shortest amount of time. She was only in office for 3 years. And I have to work out kind of what sickness or illness that she had, but it would probably relate to being like a rare and uncommon one, or it could have been something that she accidentally consumed, didn't know that she was probably allergic to, something like that. I have to come up with that, which, Rachel Rule was on office right before Ruldrick, and from my note standpoint of what I'm taking notes on, um, Peggy's notes started from the time that Ruldrick was in office until current date. So she really only has one, two, three. She has 4 Master of Minings that she has notes on, and even then, it's not everything. She again, the stuff that she transferred over from the archive notes into her own notes were things that she thought would be um, a good fit for her to like keep track of as far as everything else goes. So right now what I'm working on is her her not really her point of view or her perspective of things, but um I gotta write this note here. 65 years since town was finished. Yeah. And then I'm gonna look at that later and go, what does it say? Hmm. And if you would like to see all the fun little overlays and things that I have on the Twitch channel, the link to my Twitch channel is also in my bio, because probably after I get done doing some D&D prep, I'm probably going to end the night out with playing some Apex because I want to chill out, kind of. And I say kind of very loosely. So now that I have the notes and bits for the Master of Mining, because really the heavy prep is all of the note taking that I have to do for for tomorrow's session, and then I can work on a few possible encounters. I know I would like them to go down and help in the mines because I need them to do a couple of team skill checks for me so that they can all properly get to level 2, because currently they are still at level 1 and I don't feel like they've achieved the goal just yet to reach level 2. So I'm hoping that they decide to go down and help in the mines. If not, I will have to come up with a random encounter of some sort. Either they have to go find one of the children of the town they decided to run off and go play and they disappeared. A couple of my players would actually love that, although one of my players has to leave tomorrow at like 4:30 or so, which would still give us about 4.5 hours of gameplay, because I think the longest we've played was 6 hours. That was the last session we had. We played for like 6.5 hours. It was insane. Um, and I was really stalling because one of my players was late, and I was like, "Dude, when are you getting here? They're about to go to bed. It's 7 o'clock at night." So, I mean, most of the stuff I have, which is not too much more notes that I need to take, because Saren, I think, is the one that I'm doing notes on currently. Saren's gonna have a couple more notes because it'll be a couple years in between when the members of the Nocturnal Mass come back to steal. So they're going to have the notes on from Saren. They're going to have a couple from Jishoran, and then what they're going to do, um, Evard's isn't in the records. Evard kept his own records, so I did point that out to them. So if they want that information, they're going to have to hold another meeting with Evard. So when that comes about, I will definitely put some of those notes in and be like as a side note. I'll be like, hey, these are notes of Evard's, so that they have that. So basically, I'm just like, okay, here we go, and action. um. Oh yeah. So I need to put oh no. So I did put that Seraph was there. I need to highlight that in a different color so that I see it. Because I'm like, when does Seraph's notes start? Because I did not look at it properly. Although I have to preface and say that I hope everybody is having a very good evening. Today I had a pretty pretty heavy pain day, so that was not fun for me. But you live, you learn, you just trudge along. So here we go. I did. Let's see. Something happened in the month of Xander, which Xander is, if I'm correct, the fourth month of the Knolls, and in this world, Knolls translates out to years. I also updated my Discord server because in the Discord we have a private um, channels just for my D&D crew. So I updated them on the days, the months, the Knolls. Um, there are, I calculated it out. So as far as months and all that fun stuff goes for canon of Rithma, the world. There are 48 days in a month, and you're going to be like, what the heck? But there are 48 days in a month. There are 384 days in a year. There are 8 days in a week, and there are 8 months in a year. I know none of that really is going to make sense, but it actually plays out pretty well because there's 2 months for winter, 2 months for spring, 2 months for fall, and 2 months for summer. And I mean, the seasons follow the same, winter, spring, summer, fall. But the only thing I didn't add, now that I'm looking at it, that I have to add back in, let me move my microphone over there. Um, I have to go back into the Discord and I have to add in the days, what the names of the days are. Because whoops. And then let's go back up here to Lore of the Land. Edit said message. We'll say as for the days of the week. One is Fawn, Monday. I didn't want it to be like your typical Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah, 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 that kind of a thing. So, and then what I've been doing is giving them the pronunciations as well. Whoops. That way they're not like, huh? How you say that? I would think Terran would be easy to pronounce, but like I told them earlier, I was like, if you do not get it, I will always be very, very open to um How would you vocally say that? Would it be OCK? Like OCK? Yeah, that would be like the easiest way to put that phonetically. Um, when known in. That's the fourth day of the week. So a lot of people will say like, so starting in on this is the month, right? So we'll say that people will say, oh, on the 12th of the Seath, it's the 12th day of the sea or 12th day of Seath, which is the seventh month of the year. But when they're like in that specific week, then there is Fawn, Taryn, Sirach, Winonan, Belfar, Trennis, Mal, and Sol. Those are the 8 days of the week. So, I mean, I got intricate with it. I danced a literal jig over there when I swapped my bookshelf in my filing cabinet because I found my old school notes of like the days of the month, the days of the week, and like what I called the years and how many moons this place has. And it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I have to fill in my Discord so that um, they have these for reference. Shit. Not what I wanted to do. When you forget to hit Shift Enter so it goes down to the next one, because in Discord you hit Enter and it just sends a freaking message. They're going to be like, what is she doing? None your business. Trennis, which is Tren is. I should put two S's there so there's like an emphasis on the S. It's Trennis. Heart, kind of like hard S. That came out weird. Mall, which is like quite literally saying, I'm going to the mall. And then the last day, soul, which is like saying soul, like your soul. There we go. So, the days of the knoll, or days of the year, or months, I should say, months of the year: Rolar, Con, Leaf, Xander, Rutal, Burrow, Seath, and Lou. That's the 8 months of the year, or of the knoll. And the 8 days of the week: Fawn, Taryn, Sirach, Winonan, Belfar, Trennis, Maul, and Sol. Oh, complicated. But yeah, there's absolutely that. Absolutely. And it's like, one of my like favorite things to do is come up with um different ideas, right? I like coming up with different ideas. I like coming up with let me move this back over here because my chat on Twitch needs to hear me. I love coming up with stories. I fancy myself a myself a story writer. Myself a story writer. So, I wanted a few entries for Saren. I know that um staying, which is supposed to be a G right there for staying in town. We don't do these, they staying in town. It's fine. Let's see. That happened with the winter eclipse, which is fun notes about the winter eclipse, which means that there's 5 days of dark, and Rutal, which is the shorter, smaller moon, I think. No, that's the bigger moon. Rutal is dark, and Lenore, which is the smaller moon, is light, is outshining. That is the winter eclipse. But when Lenore is dark for 5 days and Rutal is outshining, that is the summer eclipse. Now, when both moons are in their new moon stage, then that means that it is the new year. The new year rolls around when they're both in their new moon stage because they'll have the cycle of, since there's 8 months, they each have, in one year, they each have four new moons stages. But when they're both in new moon stages at the same time, which happens on the last day of the 8th month, then after they come into full cycle, then starts the new year, which goes back all around, which is funny to note because the big moon is called Rutal, and the fifth month, or the fifth month in the cycle of the year is also called Rutal. So it was just funny that it worked out that way because I had wrote them in separate like times and I just added them all on the same sheet. I was like, that is funny. Mm. Yeah. The fifth month is Rutal, but also the big moon is Rutal. And I was like, that's hilarious. Didn't even plan that out. Just kind of happened. Mm. Plus, then I have, right now they're on the continent of Zeros, but there is also the continent of Alatensia, and then there is the continent of Zenith. Um, I have, let's see, I have the months of the year, days of the week, moon cycles, and how many that I still have to figure out to get that particular thing working, and that is my history and land canon that I'm working on separately. Right now I have the there is a group of deities that have been around from the dawn of time, as far as in the land of or in the world of Rithma, and they are called or referred to as the Old Ones. Now, what happens in this, and they're literally from the dawn of time, they are four elemental like tieflings. So there is two two male type and two female type. So the earth and water tieflings are both female, and the fire and air are both males. And this is so funny because one of my players, the tiefling, who I gave the sun symbol to, is kind of reflectant of the fire tiefling, of the deity of that kind of controls fire, the elemental one. And when he described his tiefling's eyes, like the description of his tiefling was just so great. But he was like, if you look at the eyes, the coloring on the eyes are like blue, but if you look just close enough, they're like little flames in the irises. And I'm just like, oh my God, that is so perfect. And he has no idea that his character has blood from the old ones flowing through his veins, right? And I was like, this is the perfect little plot twist for his character. And I am absolutely 100% here for whatever goes on. Like if his character discovers this, if he like he has this really fun twist that he wants to do with the party if it gets there. And I'm just like, I can't wait because it's my players are absolute chaos and I'm so here for it. And then I've gotten one particular I've gotten one particular NPC figured out, and the other ones I'm just like, I have to type them out and haven't done that yet. But these are things I can definitely work on in the morning because holy buckets. But um and then there's the festivals on all that fun stuff that I have to um figure out, which is, no problem. So the winter, let's see, winter eclipse. I'm tired. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm just over here like, ah. um, then I would say at that point, with the silent wing coming in, because the silent wing is more of, what is that? Kind of like a level 2 guy. So there's the watchers, the wings, the enforcers, and the closers. They're all silent, obviously, because nocturnal mask, whatever. Um, but the watchers are like the first rank up that you get, because there's like the normal members of the nocturnal mask, and then there's the step up. So each of them, the higher in ranking they go, they get a feather added to their crest. So with the one feather, so it's a like the masquerade ball mask with the crescent moon in the between the eyes, where the eyes go, and a wing, the bottom baby feather. So it's 3 wings in all. So it's like the mask, and then there's 3 wings here and here. The small one is one on the bottom. That is for the wings. 2 feathers is the enforcers. 3 feathers is the closers. So the one where it's just the eyepiece and the moon in the middle, those guys are basically like, they're just above your normal, everyday, typical, like, dude. Yo, Mistral, what's going on, girl? Welcome on in. How are you? I am. Uh, we're working on it. Today was a pain day for me. Um, let me put this back up here, but like make it a little bit smaller, so I have the light there from the white page. um, yeah, today was a little hard for me. I don't know why the title did not change. Um, for some reason. But how are you, Mistral? How are you, my dear? Nice, always like that payday. Facts. Today was payday for me too. Hey, hey. There. Now the title is what it should be. I don't know why it didn't change over. That's hilarious. Well, that's good that you're doing good. I like that. That's absolutely fabulous. I'm also like co-streaming over here on my TikTok feed, but I'm doing some D&D prep and just kind of like talking about some of the fun little tidbits that have been coming through. Um, you're watching One Piece. That is so amazing. Are you practicing D&D? I am actually the dungeon master of the game that we're playing. Tomorrow we have a session. So, um, tomorrow they're basically getting a full on, what do you call it? Info dump. So they are getting a full on info dump. Um, I am doing the notes basically that's coming from the Master of Minds. Oh, thank you, Wisebot, for catching up with the rest of us. Um, but yeah, I'm doing the do. They are looking at a group called the Nocturnal Mask. I'm going to try to stream it on my thing, but I will have to add another scene for that in here. I quite like this overlay that I found on Streamlabs thing, but so yeah, I'm working very diligently at talking about what I'm doing. Typical, right? But it's trying to come up with basically it's like this the same thing over and over and over in these notes. And I only have two, let me see. Yeah, well, technically one more person to cover as far as the notes go. Um besides the current master of mining, because the current master of mining has his own notes on the meetings and goings ons and all the fun stuff. So they are going to have to do some digging with the master of mining before they come up with his like note stuff, or just ask him about it and be like, hey, so what's the deal? And he may choose to not tell them, or he may choose to be mysterious about it. We don't know, depending on how cryptic he wants to be. Oh my goodness. I kind of just feel like playing some Apex, but I'll probably get that up here in a little bit because I will need this monitor for I will need my monitor for playing my game because it's all hooked up into one now. Because of my sweet, sweet 2-screen setup. Hey, hey. I do love the fact that I was able to invest in a nice laptop and a decent monitor and all that fun stuff. Let me come over here because surprise, surprise. I'm just gonna work on D&D tomorrow. I get up early enough. It's fine. I do not have the mental capacity to do any of this tonight. So we're just gonna have a little. You got all the goods. I mean, the so I took the old laptop that I had was fine, but it was like really, really slow in the pickup of um like kind of the speed of how everything was functioning on my computer. And I'm like, dude, this is killing me because I was like trying to do Discord and just talking and this and that. I'm like, I need to figure out what the heck, right? And hang on, let me finish typing this. I'm not tagging everybody in the thing though, because that gets monotonous after a while, and that doesn't even mean that people are going to come watch it. But that's okay. Today is my buffer day. I've been saying that all day, dude. I agree. Daylight savings time absolutely sucks so bad. Makes me feel. Where is it? I gotta find shadows. Where is the thing? I mean, not my butt cheeks, but some equivalent of that. Because that says, my butt cheeks. Because that's Shadow's favorite thing to say is, my butt cheeks. Like I'm tired and it's not even late. Girl, I feel you. I need to adjust my fucking chat. Where is my chat box? Let me unlock that so that I can kind of bring it up and over. Oh, baby. I need to fix what's in my store. Don't believe everything you see with the stuff. Okay, I think that's where I want that. Let's lock that in place. See what that looks like. We're just gonna do a cheeky hello and see where it pops up so I can see it on the big screen. watching my like on the live, of course, it's like, I'm seeing it as it happens. Over here, however, on my second screen, it's like the delay of what I just did. I gotta tell you, I'm a weirdo and I'm okay with that. There's nothing wrong with being weird. Tell that to my TikTok feed. I mean, they should know I'm an absolute goober. I don't know why it still says holy buckets, that was bright. I don't know why it still says CT creates when I've well, this is what I had when I made it the first time, and I was trying to do like a whole art channel related thing, but it's technically Red Wolf Girl, and I need to like dismantle this whole fucking thing and do something different. Because I mean, like, I have Leo on there and I have the dance party on there and like the cup and stuff, but I'm just like, not feeling it. Not feeling it. I need to disable the merch thing. So what's new besides D&D? So what's new with me is currently, um, I am I am doing all the things. I'm really not doing a lot. I've been kind of working on some art stuff, so I can show you this. So before I added this thing, I still have to cover it in Mod Podge and paint it. I have to also finish cutting it to make it look like it's like stone, right? So I do resin work. And the wolf that I'm about to show you is out of resin, out of a resin mold, and the black part is XPS foam. That's this stuff. So I made this little dude out of resin. It's a 3D mold. It's a wolf thing. And I was like, it would be cool if it was like, up on a wall. Well, it was too top heavy here, so it kept like falling forward. So what I've done, and after I finished like cutting all of this to make it look like stone, so if I like push it this way, you can see that there's, the cuts and stuff on it. Let me show my TikTok people. I'm a craftsy person too, dabble in some resins, all the things. But so what I was doing, if I can get this back into its home, nope, it's this way. Yep, I only cut it one way specifically to fit in there, so I cut the little nugget out where the wolf's at. I would have to also glue this in place, but it's going to sit like this because it will sit flat on my desk that way. I just have to finish cutting this piece and cover it in Mod Podge, then cover it black, or paint it black. Then from there, I can do a wash of some pretty much like watered down brown. It's like acrylic paint, but you really water it down. Um, you wash it into whatever degree you want. Um, and then you do a technique called dry brushing, which you put a little bit of paint on your brush and almost wipe it completely off. So there's just a little bit left. And then just you brush very, very lightly. Like Bob Ross used to say, two hairs and some air, like literally two hairs and some air over the thing. But yeah, this Danny is going to be my new at-home desk decoration. It's great. I love it. But that's what I have to finish pretty much carving this out before I cover it in Mod Podge, then paint it, all that fun stuff. Then I'll glue it together. I'll glue it together. And then, oh, let me show you. Let me show you what I did. So I'm like huge into, um, brain fart. Nightmare Before Christmas, right? Hold that phone. Hold your phones. So, check these out. So I bought these little things called Doorables, right? And you get them at Walmart, you can get them at Target, you can get them at pretty much anywhere you can buy a toy. And then with the same material, XPS foam, I cut out, check it out. Here's all the characters. These two glow in the dark. These two glow in the dark. And then what's cool about the mayor is his head actually turns. What if his eyes popped out? That's fascinating. He's all kinds of fucked up. And then there's, these two on this end. And then, that's not even all of them. I bet Clay, that would work too to get smooth. Yeah, it would. Yeah, I have a whole set. Wait, wait, wait. And then Lock, Shock, and Barrel, Oogie Boogie, the murder clown, whatever. Um, I forget this one's name. Vampire Teddy. I don't know this one. And then Professor Dr. Franken, whoever the hell he is. It's so terrible that I'm a Nightmare Before Christmas girl and I don't remember their names. To be fair, I've been buffering all day. Yeah, but no, my professor's like eyeballs all sucked up. His eyeball came out. Oh, that's because the head popped open. Lame. I'll have to fix that and glue it back in place because damn, that whole thing popped off and said nah. But yeah, I I'm horrible at characters' names. Me too, me too. But when I finished these, I actually think they came out looking really nice because I'll have to showing them in this terrible light doesn't do it any justice, but I'll have to actually take pictures of them and I'll post them on the Discord for you guys to see. But I'll take pictures of them and I'll send them to you tomorrow when I get up so you can like really see what the detail looks like because when they came out so nice and it looks like actual stone. So I'm really proud of myself for being able to do the thing. And I'm actually ordering some different resin molds. I have they're like kind of fantasy character-esque characters. So I have like a fey cat like one. I got a couple wolfy ones that I want to get. I'm looking at I wonder I don't have the Amazon app on here, do I? Let me look. Don't. Fudge nuts. Bitch. I have Amazon on my tablet. Let me see. Open. Open. Okay, so I have a horned dragon kitten thing. I have a cameo mold for some reason. I've never worked with resin. It's one of the most fun like hobbies I've ever gotten into. If you if like smell is something that's really going to bother you, I recommend a brand called J Diction. It was a brand recommended to me by Shadow's wife. She also does a lot. Can you do water? Water is actually fairly simple. Um, if you want a smooth surface or whatever, you tape off an area so that, when you fill it, you do the slightest amount of blue, like a light version, so it's not like just stark blue, but it's still kind of like see-through enough so you know it's like water. And if you want ripples, then you use any kind of glue or adhesive. Mod Podge works really well for it. And you can take bits of either tissue, toilet paper, or paper towel, whichever, you want, and you wherever you put the glue, then you then put that on top and you continue to put like Mod Podge or whatever. And once it dries, it'll dry clear, and then you paint it'll look like foam or waves, then you paint white over it and it looks like water. It's the weirdest, coolest thing ever. But the brand of resin that I was recommended by Shadow's wife that doesn't really have a lot of stench is called Jade Diction. I absolutely love it. It doesn't smell at all. Um, I mean, there's like a small like resin scent to it, but it's not like boom, pow, kick you in the face. You need, all kinds of respirators and everything. Like you should still wear the proper gear, like respirators with filters and everything, but I just have not got around to doing that yet. Um, always wear, eye protection. I have glasses permanently, so don't have to worry about that. Um, gloves. I have fuck ton of gloves. It's ridiculous. And then lots of molds. I still need to finish my chess set. I have to do black and red pieces because, you know. But I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on the screen. Um, but let me see if you'll be able to see it. Oh, yeah, you can. Hey, hey. So I have this like thing that I'm ordering. Um, I thought this one was super cute. See if it'll bring me to big one. There we go. Then there's this guy. Absolutely adorable. And then I want to get this one. It's like a feather dragon type one, which is this. Thought it was super cute. So I'm gonna get this one. And then like I have like 5 things sitting in my cart right now. It's ridiculous. Obviously, because I love wolves. So I seen this guy and I was like, look at his little toe beans. He got little toe beans. Toe beans. See, chat, toe beans. And then the other thing, because I like to make dice. Well, to be 100% fair. So I made 2 different sets so far with the dice molds that I have. So I have this like, and you're not going to see the effect of it because it's dark in here, but I made these dice right here. These ones have like a pearlescent white, shimmery blue that you can kind of see the shift in them, sort of. Like if the light hits it just right, you can see. And then I have the other one, which these ones came out a little bit better. And I made this set for actually one of my D&D characters, one of my NPCs, because her hair colors are like pink and like it's like a silvery white that goes into pink that goes into purple because she dyed her hair that way. No, those ones aren't glow in the dark. I want to get some mica powders that do glow in the dark though, because that would be fun. But these ones are like a pink and purpley like color. You can see it better on the D12. Don't mind the air bubbles because I want to get a different mold for that. But because I'm a dice goblin and sometimes buying dice is expensive, and I play a lot of D&D, but I also like to collect dice. I did get this because these are also sharp. Now, these are sharp edges. So the difference between like these and most dice that I buy. So ironically enough, look here, Wolfie. You just sit your happy self over there, sir. Thank you. My wolf thingy is being a butt. So, okay, so here's a perfect example. So these are the ones that I made, and the edges are like a lot sharper, right? They're straighter. They're not, and the corners are like pointier, if that makes any sense. But if you look at the ones that I bought, they're more rounded. The edges and everything aren't as crisp. They're more like soft edges. I'm kind of a fan of, and here they are like side by side. So you can like tell between the two edges. They're like soft and sharp. Like putting them up against the dark back there, you can really tell. See, I know I keep like showing TikTok and I'm like, I'm sorry, Twitch, I'm sorry. But so I got this dice mold set and it comes in this like circular thing, and it's one whole piece that you then fill the cavities, and you put some of the resin on the lid, so when you close it, it like all comes together, and hopefully not as much bubbles, because like you don't want bubbles in your dice. Like all my other ones, I don't care if there's bubbles in my 3D whatever I'm resining, because I don't care. But in dice, you really don't want bubbles, because that will take out the balance. But I want to start doing like some more dice, like make different things. I want to have um more like 3D stuff that I can pour, and that's okay, Miss Roll. Thank you for stopping by, girl. Have a good night. I love you. Um she my homegirl. Um I want to start getting some more stuff like glow in the dark, resin. I want to do um 3D stuff like the bear that I gave you and the cat that I gave Max. I want to start doing some more of those. And like maybe eventually, if I get a big enough stock built up, then maybe I can like on the side, sell them or something, and like make a set with like, here, have some dice, or here's this, or whatever. Maybe make some stickers or whatever to go with it. So yeah, I'm thinking of all the things, doing all the stuff. I love how this started as a D&D prep and now we went into arts and crafts. I'm here for this. Plus the whole bit of, I haven't started reading my Iron Flame book yet because I'm waiting on next Saturday. And I haven't listened to Fantasy Fangirls podcast because I don't want the spoilers, because I haven't read the book yet, because it's going to be so cool. Okay, Amazon, thank you. Thank you kindly for your service. Thank you kindly for your... Whoops. I put the wrong dice over there. I'm a goober. I haven't gotten it yet. My shipping... What? Boo. And yeah, with Amazon, it's like you can't, get a hold of them and be like, meh, you know? Be like, excuse me, what's the deal here? I just, I can't believe you do, especially in the fact that you pre-ordered the thing. You should have, um, you should have it already, honestly. I can't believe you haven't gotten the thing yet. Pardon-moi. Excusez-moi. What? Yeah, because let's see. I just finished listening to... Which one was it? Let me just go to their page on YubTub. What was it called? I listened to the Iron Flames theories and predictions that they did and thought it was really cool, really good. I didn't go with the recap of the battle briefs because I watched all the episodes. I didn't watch the AMA part 2 because didn't really care. Um, 2 audiobook samples. Yeah, see, they analyzed a bunch of stuff from Iron Flame that I was not gonna look at. Um, yeah. So when that comes around, we'll, get there when we get there. Um, I was gonna ask you something and my brain just went, "Blah," so I don't remember what I was gonna say. Uh-uh. Because I don't have the other book. So I don't have the extra because the extra chapters are supposed to be in Zayden's POV. And I haven't gotten I mean, technically, if I really wanted to, I could go to what was it? You said Target, I think, that should have it. But then again, with as popular as it is, they may not have the book on the shelves anymore. Oh, it's on her website. I didn't know that. I'll have to go and find it so I can read in Zayden's POV what they get or what we as readers get as far as information on Zayden's like point of view because he's supposed to have um I got to take this out of my head. He's supposed to have was it 2 chapters I think of stuff. I'm not wearing my headphones right now, so it doesn't matter that I don't have a ponytail on. Um yeah, no, I'll have to do that probably either well, I'm not definitely not gonna do it tonight, but I'll probably do it at some point tomorrow. See if I can find it and read the extra chapters. Read the extra chapters. Oh my god, I have to laugh at myself because I make the dumbest faces. It's amazing. Things I haven't read it either. I'm so I especially because you pre-ordered yours first, and me having Prime shouldn't have anything to do with it because half the time my Prime stuff doesn't matter. So you ordered yours before I ordered mine. You should have your book. Is it there? And there's no like number or anything like that that you can call and be like, hey, what the F? Especially with them changing your, if I had any printing issues? Huh. Let me look. Let me grab my book. Jeez. Note to the wise, if you're having body problems, don't just tear off into the sunset. Okay, these guys got to go back over here. For science. Yeah, they permanently live on my DVD. That's my DVD shelf over there. Wrong spine, missing papers, out of order pages. What? There were a ton of misprints. No, I didn't even look. Now I gotta look at this. Yeah, no. So I have the spine, sprayed edges, um, the, you know, cover. Let's see. I know I did give it a fan through of like, I gotta do this a couple times so I can kind of part the pages from each other. Excuse me, Mr. Mouse. Um, they appear to all be in proper order. Oh God, this thing says part 1. I'm scared. I'm scared, Danny. I'm scared. Yeah, no, mine looks to be okay. The only thing I had of note was that the sprayed edges were like this part here, the face of it looked a little meh, because like the bottom and the top are here. Let me face it this way so you can kind of see. The bottom and the top are fine. Like if I close the book all the way like this. But when I do the side, well, I guess if I like hard press it, because it was like in its natural state, like if it's just like this, it's kind of open, if that makes any sense. So yeah, no, I don't have, I should say everything appears to be in okay shape as far as like, um, the print quality and everything looks okay. None of the pages look mucked up or nothing. I didn't know. How did you find out that there were like a bunch of misprints and stuff? Because I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, maybe, you know what? What it could have been is before they were getting ready to ship a copy to you, um, they probably double checked it and found it. So that's probably why your shipment is delayed then, if that's a possibility of the reason why you don't have your book. It's I didn't even know. See, but I haven't like I need to get my TikTok feedback down to like a centralized thing because right now I am mixed between book talk, biker talk, art talk, um, and dad jokes. Distribution center missed all their shipments so much. Ooh, dang. Well, no, yours should be the same as mine. We live in the same flippin' city. Quick talk and king talk. I mean, there is one, and I didn't realize that masks were a thing. Mask kinks were a thing. I'm gonna have to find him and send uh his stuff to you and see what you think. But I'm pretty sure it's called. I want to say it's called Corrupted Mind or something like that. Let me see. Oh, let me see. Beam, beam, beam. Do I have ticker tagger on my? Now here's the question: will it fuck with this? Okay. Holy shit! Can I just scroll on the thing without having the? No, I cannot. Who? Anyway, s- I'll look at it later, and I'll have to send you a one of his videos. Nose itch. Someone's thinking about me. Sinus, Danny. I know who it is. Sinus. It's the babe. Oh wait, she likes the one eyebrow thing. It only works though if I'm like really paying attention to myself. You use a map for my camping. I do. I have. It's over there. So I did one like originally on paper and pen and all that, but it's like the gargantuan mess. Well, when I changed it up, um, so this is what the original map that I drew looks like. It's changed. So this is the original map that I drew. Doesn't look like this anymore. So what it actually looks like now is this. This is the continent there. No. Stop moving. Stop being a butt. You turd. We'll just do it this way. There we go. This is what it actually looks like now. Shut the front door. Giddy. So that's like the excuse I used on that. There was a young cartographer who was traveling, and what he has marked on the map is the only places that he's been and knows of. That was my like subtle way of saying I don't have the map finished yet, but this is what I have done. So I drew that like the original one I think I did back in 2016 because the world is basically from Rithma is from my Forbidden book that I'm still working on writing. And I took that and had like told the D&D crew, I was like, so you guys are going through my homebrew world. I know it like the back of my hand. I don't have to study a module. I know everything because I'm in it up. So works for me. And I mean, I would love to be able to like sit down and study what some of these people draw because like even looking at the map in the like in the Fourth Wing book, right? And even in Iron Flame, like the map in the beginning of the book gives look at it. Wait. So like this thing. Like I would be able to love to be able to do this with my stuff one day. I just have to learn how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet. It's a slow work in progress. I'm such a nerd. I don't know. I am on all the low energy juices today. And here I was doing the do.